Let's bring in Rich Eisen. Rich, let's start with the important question. How do you pronounce Jacksonville's nickname? I like that. I like that.
Was that good?
Yeah, that was. It didn't sound fake at all.
I'm a Jaguar. I'm not a Jaguar. That jumps out at me whenever I hear people say Jaguar. I don't understand that. It's J-A-G, Jag, U-R. That's it. Where's the wire?
I don't know where.
Where's the W? Where's the I?
But then you
Where's
have
the letter I?
the English pronunciation.
Jaguar. That's Jaguar.
Yeah, so they
Jaguar.
have 3 syllables.
Yeah.
I don't get Jaguar.
Well, the British don't pronounce the second A. It's Jaguar.
Oh, is that what it is?
Right, I think. I mean, I don't know.
Well, when they move to London, I just want to make sure I know how the locals are going to pronounce Jaguar.
Dan, as you know, when they do that, we as American sports broadcasters are mandated to say they play across the pond.
Oh, okay.
You know, right now the Australian Open's going on down under. I mean, that's the way. That's the way we must do our job.
We would always do that on SportsCenter when it was never just the Australian Open. It's let's go down under the Australian Open.
Go down under.
Let's go across the pond.
Another shrimp on the Barbie.
Yeah, let's go across the pond. All right, here's our poll question. McLovin, ask it for Rich Eisen.
Would the playoffs be more or less interesting if Tom Brady got injured?
Come on, man. Really? Dude. Well, how about the same? It's the same. What do you mean more or less interesting? Because him playing makes it less interesting because we're all assuming they're going to kick the Jaguars' ass because he's in there. I don't know. I would go the same. But then again, maybe that's because of what I do for a living. I think it would be it would be awful if Brady's not out there. You want to see him at age 40 playing in an AFC Championship game when everybody thinks that maybe this is the time where a young team like Jacksonville can do, in essence, what Atlanta did in the first half of the Super Bowl last year, which is make him look old. It's entirely possible that happens on Sunday, and that it's entirely possible that Brady just torches him and gets back to another Super Bowl and has an opportunity to win a second in a row as a 40-year-old, and then win that thing and then want to come back so he can be the first to win 3 in a row as a 41-year-old. I don't buy into whatever.
I think, the fact that they're 9-point favorites for entertainment purposes only, if he wasn't playing, they'd be a 2-point favorite. And would we be more curious about how this would play out because you don't have Brady there? I want Brady there on Super Bowl Sunday, win or lose. It's better. But we were just thinking, this game against Jacksonville, if he wasn't there, I think it would be a whole lot more interesting for people.
I mean, wouldn't you want to see? No, to me it would be less interesting. Who wants to watch Brian Hoyer in a big spot? I mean, we just went through a whole season where J.J. Watt, Odell Beckham, Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson. I mean, I could go on and on and on of the bold-faced names that got hurt. And we had we watched people like, well, I guess in a way it led to an ascension of somebody like Case Keenum. Would it be more interesting if Carson Wentz was playing this game this weekend, with all due respect to Nick Foles?
Yes, it would be.
I mean, and plus, to me, you look at Jacksonville, someone like Jalen Ramsey reminds me of the Why You Mad?
Yeah.
Richard Sherman, when they beat Brady in their building and were really brash and were beginning to serve notice on the league that they're for real, and this could be their moment. I mean, it's entirely possible that happens with Leonard Fournette running down their throat and the defense keeping things, up the middle of the field clogged enough that Brady is forced to go outside at Boye and Ramsey.
This is just a hypothetical, Rich. We're not rooting for that.
I know this is for entertainment purposes only.
We're just having a little bit of fun.
Understand.
That's all.
I don't know, Dan. I'm just getting ready. I'm getting ready for my show to have takes. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm working my way up for my show in about 50 minutes to have my takes.
Okay.
Ready.
A serious question.
Yes, sir.
When you realize what the landscape is in TV and having hot takes, and these shows that are popular, has it made you reconsider how you say something or having a hot take? Now, I'm being serious.
I know you are.
To put a statement out there now that maybe that's not what we were accustomed to doing, certainly when we worked at ESPN. But this is the norm now of you must have a hot take.
I know that. And, for me to just even opinionate in the first year of doing this show was difficult, honestly. I mean, after being an essential traffic cop for much of my career, to come out and have a show that it's an opinion of mine was just difficult to even, conjure up, even if it was legit. And I've never had a take on the air that's not legit. I'll be honest, I take that cue from you, Dan, having watched and listened to your show for as long as it's been on the air, for real. And
well, I think if you have an opinion,
you never manufacture.
No,
I don't want to. And it's either I don't have a problem saying when somebody calls into the show or when something happens to say, you know what, both sides are right. And, it was so easy for me over the last 2 days to say Mike Tomlin should be out. It was egregious what happened on Sunday with play calling and that onside kick. And, whatever's going on out there with the minority owners that want him out and are going to try and lobby for it with Art Rooney and Steeler fans who are pissed off. It would have been so easy for me to go, Tomlin, it's time. But no, I went the other way saying he's terrific and he would be on the street for 5 seconds. It would have been him on the street would have been like the football on the ground to start an XFL game. The Titans and the Lions and the Cardinals and maybe even the Giants would have jumped at him. And so to me, I don't mind having a take that is nuanced and maybe something that's positive, to be honest with you.
Talking to Rich Eisen, NFL Network host and the host of the Rich Eisen Show on DirecTV's Audience Network. Explain this to me, given the Steelers situation, that Ben Roethlisberger said that he can't audible to a quarterback sneak. Now, he can audible to a fake spike, but not a quarterback sneak.
It's crazy.
That doesn't pass the smell test here, Rich.
No, it does not. It does not. Certainly, there should be some form of Omaha or dilly-dilly to change into that. And that did not pass the smell test at all. And when I heard that, all I thought to myself is he wants somebody out of there. And, and I think he succeeded. I obviously don't think he's the only voice of displeasure involving the offense. It can't be. And that's another reason why Mike Tomlin's done an incredible job. I mean, Ben Roethlisberger, you have a quarterback saying stuff like that. I don't hear any other quarterback in the league sharing personal thoughts and dirty laundry on things like play calls and final moments of crucial games like the one against the Patriots. You don't see running backs holding out too much. You don't see wide receivers posting videos live on Facebook from the locker room. You don't see all-time great pass rushers demanding more snaps, and then once he leaves, have a whole big argument going back and forth between veterans of the team. And obviously, you don't see coaches having to deal with players suddenly being paralyzed like Tomlin has this year. And that's just a handful of situations we know about. The guy's terrific, and they're always winning, and they're always Super Bowl contenders. So that said, though, what Ben said was eyebrow-raising, to say the least.
Yeah, I don't get that. It's like, does he want to play? Don't know if I'm going to play. And then all of a sudden, the fake spike, and then I can't audible to a quarterback sneak. And it's just way too much drama. The Steelers, and, I always say they lead the league in drama. It's they can't leave the drama behind after they create it, whereas the Patriots can leave it behind. Given what happened prior to their first playoff game, granted, it's Tennessee, but there's no remnants of that article by ESPN right now. Now, it may rear its ugly head in the offseason, but the Patriots look at it and then examine, and then they move on, whereas the Steelers, they drag it with them. And that's the difference between these two franchises.
That's the way the Patriots are so unique. The only comparison I can make, and you tell me if you think of somebody else in sports that I've been around or covered. Now, let's just remove the politics and the Breitbart and all that stuff from it. But Curt Schilling was very similar to that. When I covered the World Series between the Diamondbacks and the Yankees, one of the players on Arizona told me the nickname they had for him was WebMD because he constantly would talk about what hurt him. And Ben is kind of like that too, where things are discussed about injuries and play calling. But like Schilling, Ben's a champion when it all came down to it, getting in between the lines. And it's probably not easy to coach. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But now Ben's got his quarterback coach as his OC, and this is a guy who, by all accounts, coming out of Pittsburgh, was the buffer between him and Haley for many years. So maybe this is actually something that will work out for him and Le'Veon Bell and what have you moving forward. Maybe that's it.
Thank you for joining us, Rich, as always.
You bet. Say hi to the Schwab, please.
I will. The Rich Eisen Show coming up at noon Eastern. Yes.
And you please do me this favor, because as you know, we discussed this a few weeks ago. What would be his favorite nickname for Adam Thielen?
Hooked on a Thielen.
Hooked on a Thielen? I don't know. Thielen all right would be a good one. But I just want to know, just off the top of his head, which one it would be.
All right. Maybe I'll just ask him that question, and then that's it. I'll just say, Chris, thank you. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Reg.
We'll be back.
Right after this.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DIRECTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.